Well, for more understanding of this development, let's speak with Executive Secretary, Nigerian Academy of Science, Dr. Doyin Odubanjo. Good to have you on the news at 10 tonight. So, first off, what do you make of the findings by the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, where some water samples collected in different parts of the state aren't safe for drinking?
Thank you, and thank you for having me tonight. I'm surprised if we have any safe water at all, because it takes a few things to be able to guarantee that. And I think the situation we have in country, not just Lagos State, but the situation we have in country where people are providing water for themselves leaves a lot to guesswork, as it were. I mean, in terms of the quality of the water that we are using and we're drinking particularly. So we talk of pure water, how well regulated is that, how guaranteed is that in terms of safety. We talk about, you need to have water that you can really thump your chest about. And that will come from public water works, ideally, where the government can treat the water safely, and then ensure the distribution through clean pipes and all that to different homes. Now, and that means that you don't just need clean water, you need running water, in order to guarantee the safety. Because sometimes the so-called pure water itself is okay, but the handling of all of this water, so the person who is holding the water, who has just defecated or whatever you might call it, but doesn't wash his hands anyway, can contaminate that water and hand it over to somebody else. So it's very difficult to guarantee safe water, in a situation where it's free for all in terms of how we get water. So I think the findings of the government is not shocking at all. I think, in fact, if anything, we should be wondering why we don't have many more outbreaks than we have. So we need to sit back. It's not going to be a short-term thing. It's a long-term thing. We need to sit back to look at how we readdress water supply, not just in the state, but also in the country as a whole.
Yeah, and beyond advocacy campaigns, which we've gotten to see in recent times, what are some preventive measures now do you think can be adopted to contain further spread?
Well, at the moment, you have to do a lot of education. That's the biggest thing you can do, because this is about how people behave primarily. And that means that you have to educate people about watching out for the first personal hygiene, personal responsibility, take responsibility for your safety and the safety of others, by ensuring that you follow all of the good hygienic practices, so none of the open defecation, wash your hands, not frequently, and definitely after use of the restroom, wherever that may be, and then you start talking about also how we eat. You wash your hands before you eat and things like that. So those are the things we can do, because at the moment, just as we even have found, you vaccinate for cholera just generally, except in an outbreak. You look at where the outbreak is, you try to look at the high-risk people and vaccinate them. But even here, we've run out of vaccines. So what you can do is get people to behave right. That's the best we can do at the moment. And then, the short to medium term, you start looking at ensuring, public toilets in some form or the other. So whether that is that you get the, public places to have clean toilets and make sure people use them or people can access them, and not that they're under lock and key. So, and they say, except you come and you do this or buy this or pay that. You can even get people to pay, they can pay a certain amount of money, but you also want to ensure the quality of those toilets themselves, because if the toilets are there, if you don't guarantee the cleanliness and guarantee running water, then it's not likely they will be used as you desire. And then things like this will continue. This is just a case of cholera outbreak. I'm sure we have other diarrhea diseases that have been happening every now and then, and even cholera itself.
Right, and that's where I have to end this conversation. Thank you so much, Dr. Doyin Odubanjo, Executive Secretary, Nigerian Academy of Science. We appreciate your insights on the news.